continue with the lesson of the Akeeda, as we still talk about the characteristics and the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As the Imam is saying about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the creator of the whole universe, but He is in no need of it. He feeds all without difficulty. And that is actually what we know in Islam about the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, As-Samad. And you know, lots of people recite Qul huwa Allahu ahad. And mashallah, they recite it almost every rak'ah. But sometimes we do not pay attention. What does it mean? Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu Samad. What is the word As-Samad means? As-Samad, that He feeds and takes care of all His creation, and none. And He is in no need of any of His creation. He doesn't need any of His creation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want any of His creation to support Him. And listen to the Qudsi hadith. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ya ibn Adam, لو أن أولكم وآخركم وإنسكم وجنكم يا بني آدم, if the first of you and the last of you, and even if the humankind and even the jinn kind, if all of them, Ya ibadi, if all of them came together to try to benefit me of something, they cannot. يا عبادي لو أن أولكم وآخركم وإنسكم وجنكم قاموا في صعيد واحد. If all of you stood in one area, in one place, ins, human, jinn kind, the first of you from Adam to the last one of you, all of you in one place, and you all raised your hands asking me, each one a different case, like each one wanted something different, ما نقص ذلك من ملكي شيئا. That would never decrease any of my kingdom. إلا كما ينقص المخيط إذا أدخل البحر. Except like if you have a needle and you put it in the ocean. So what the needle can take from the ocean. That is all. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّكُمْ لَن تَبْلُغُوا ضُرِّي فَتَضُرُّونِي وَلَن تَبْلُغُوا نَفْعِي فَتَنْفَعُونِي. You cannot benefit me, you cannot harm me. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So He is in no need of any of His creation subhanahu wa ta'ala. And listen to this. He makes all taste death with no fear. He will resurrect them all without any difficulty. And the idea of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He created the death. Look at how many dictators that Allah, look at how many oppressors, those who thought that we are man ashaddu minna quwwa, who is stronger than us on the earth. And Allah sent to them the angel of death, and they died. What happened? Nothing happened. Look at the Pharaohs, look at Thamud, look at the people of Ad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, الَّذِينَ طَغَوْا فِي الْبِلَادِ. They were the dictators of the earth, but still Allah had sent the angel of death to them. So He subhanahu wa ta'ala, He makes all taste death with no fear. He will resurrect them all without any difficulty. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had prescribed death upon all the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one is going to stay. The ayat that our brother Sheikh Yusuf recited yesterday, وَمَا كَانَ لِبَشَرٍ مِّن قَبْلِكَ الْخُلْدِ. Allah is talking to Rasulullah. He said, Oh Muhammad, it's not befitting to any of human being to live for eternity. Do you think if I made you to die, I might let anyone else to live for eternity? Like Allah said to Rasulullah Muhammad, the closest one to Allah, إِنَّكَ مَيِّتٌ. You are going to die. That's وَإِنَّهُمْ, for all the creation, they are going to die. But he gave a specific, talk to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam about death. And you remember the amazing story about Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam when Allah had sent, it's a long story, when Allah had sent the angel of death. And it's kind of Musa alayhi salam didn't recognize him because he came in a human form and he didn't want to die. So he went back to Allah. He said to Allah, "Oh Allah, you sent me to a person, he does not want to die." Musa does not want to die. So Allah told him, "Go back and tell him, put your hand on the back of a cattle or a cow. And every hair under your hand, you will have 1 year to live extra with every hair." Like, can you imagine how many hairs that he is going to? And he went back to Musa alayhi salam and he said, Allah is telling you, put your hand. And then he said, what is going to happen after those many years? He said, simply, you are going to die. He said, so take my soul now. There is no difference. No difference. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had made all the creation to test death with no fear of Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Since eternity, He has been there with all His attributes. Allah did not develop any of the attributes. Allah did not create new attributes to fit His creation. No, He was this before any of His creation, subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us. Allahumma ameen. Inshallah we continue tomorrow. May Allah accept our salah.